Hey everyone, what's up? And welcome to the first official episode of the Hollywood Hubbies Film Club.
Hello, hello.
My name is Brandon,
This is Jeffrey.
and we're hoping everybody listened to the intro episode that we did.
Yeah, if not, go back and listen to it.
If not,
Go
go back.
go listen to us ramble. I'm just kidding.
So we are going to be doing The Wizard of Oz is quite a big film to cover in all areas. So we're actually going to do a two-parter episode to this one.
It deserves two parts.
I think it does.
There's a lot to go over.
Especially with the legacy it has left and everything going on currently with Wicked. I think that a two-parter this shall be.
I feel like we wrote down a lot of stuff.
Right. So yeah, we're not. We'll figure out where the cut is at some point. But just so you know, there will be two parts to this episode. So here we go. We're diving into this. The Wizard of Oz came out in 1939, produced by MGM, based on the 1900 novel The Wonderful Wizard of Oz by L. Frank Baum. It was primarily directed by Victor Fleming, but he had left the production to take over Gone with the Wind that was having troubles. It stars Judy Garland, Frank Morgan, Ray Bolger, Burt Lahr, Jack Haley, Billie Burke, and Margaret Hamilton.
The Wizard of Oz was nominated for 5 Academy Awards, including Best Picture, winning Best Original Song for Over the Rainbow, deserved, and Best Original Score, and an Academy Juvenile Award was presented to Judy Garland. And I know that it was not just for Wizard of Oz. I think because it was an award that was given to her, I think they had named a couple other movies from that year that she
that's cool.
was deserving of.
Like a mini juvenile legacy award.
Yeah,
that's cool.
I'm pretty sure. All right, so before we rewatch this movie, I'm sure you've seen it before, but what's your first memory of the movie?
Gosh, my first memory of the movie. Well, I definitely remember being a kid and it was always on television. I don't think I ever went out of my way to put, the VHS tape in. So I don't.
Weren't we trying to figure out, was it a holiday movie? I think it was played every year at a certain holiday. Probably Christmas?
Easter, maybe?
I don't know.
I'm not really sure, but I feel like Wizard of Oz was always on, so that's obviously a memory that I have of it. And other than being a kid and just knowing what it was and that my family of course liked it, I think I remember at one or two times trying to dress up like one of the characters from the show, from the movie. I really liked capes and crowns when I was a kid. So my guess.
So who did you dress up as?
I'm guessing if my memory serves me, I am guessing that I would try to reenact that King of the Forest scene with his cape on and his crown.
That's interesting.
It is so interesting
because I don't even think you really liked that song.
Yeah, literally, it's probably my least favorite moment of the movie. But yeah, that's probably my first memory of it. How about you? Had you ever? Obviously, you'd seen it before, but what would be your first memory of it or most important memory of it?
Well, I know I was gifted a copy by my aunt when I was young, and I think it was a double VHS where one had the movie and the other one had a documentary, and I loved it. I was obsessed, but I know for a fact that I was more obsessed with the documentary. I watched the movie over and over again, but I know that something about all of the behind the scenes stuff I thought was really cool. I think it was narrated by Angela Lansbury, and it just had from the very every little thing you could think of about the making of the casting. They had behind the scenes photos, all of the different wigs that they had Judy Garland in before they finally decided not to
all the test shots.
Yeah.
That's fair. I mean, that's fitting. You are definitely somebody who deep dives special features.
Maybe that was my start of it.
Yeah, you love special features. You are definitely one of those people that wants to watch the movie with the commentary turned on, so you can hear the actors talking about what was going on when they filmed it. But even documentaries, and you are so into.
I love a good documentary.
You really do. So,
but that was a cool little thing I remember about it. And then we'll get there later, but it did have the like behind the scenes like footage of um what is it? The jitterbug.
Oh yeah,
The
okay. Yeah,
jitterbug.
we will
Yeah.
get to there.
I'm jumping ahead already.
No,
But
that's great.
anyway.
So okay, so the movie starts out in rural Kansas. Dorothy Gale lives on a farm owned by her Uncle Henry and Aunt Am, and basically, dreaming of being someplace else. We meet
Somewhere over the rainbow.
right. We meet family members. We meet the farmhands. Dorothy falls into a pig pen.
Oh my god. That scene scared me so much as a kid. Like I was like, is her foot stuck? Like what's happening? She sounds so
Yeah,
scared.
are they eating her?
The
Like what? It is scary.
Yeah.
I don't even really remember that as a kid, but rewatching it, it is. I mean, she's freaking out.
Yeah, it freaked me out.
So her neighbor, Elmira Gulch, who had been bitten by Dorothy's dog, Toto,
Yes.
obtains a sheriff's order authorizing her to seize Toto. So that's our first real conflict that we're getting into. Toto escapes, returns back to Dorothy, but basically that's the first initial conflict that we're getting.
Yeah.
Elmira Gulch really wants to seize Toto, and
The thing that always popped out about that was like, why does she want him? Like she hates this dog. They don't really say it, but like I don't think she's taking him to keep him as a pet. Like
no.
So I'm like, is she gonna drown him in the river?
Yeah,
like, is she gonna go
yeah.
put him in like an not to get graphic, but what the heck is she gonna do with Toto?
Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming that she's just gonna get rid of him, which is so horrifying because if we think that, I'm sure Dorothy's thinking that as a character. How many Totos do you think there were? I tried to look into it and they only credit one, but what is it?
Maybe there was just one. Maybe they did. Well, I don't know. I mean, they barely had child labor laws until later, so I don't think they had dog labor laws. So they probably just overworked this poor animal.
Well, I looked and I literally only found one dog credited as Toto, but I'm wondering, like, does anyone know if were there more Totos? That's pretty crazy.
I think I'm with you. I think that there's just one. I can't remember his name right now, but
interesting.
He was the one famous Toto.
So he runs away and returns back to Dorothy, who runs away herself with him to protect him.
She's like, we got to get out of here because she's going to come back for you and she's going to drown you.
Exactly. And
allegedly.
Right? Exactly. And there is a bit of a confrontation that we have. There is a bit of a confrontation between Miss Gulch and M. And I mean, is the uncle really involved in it, or just basically?
They're there, and she's like, "Give me the dog," and then there's nothing they can do about it because she has the sheriff's order, but Aunt M gives her a little piece of her mind politely in a very God honoring way, which I always love.
A very bless you,
a very bless your heart.
Yeah.
Like I'm not going to tell you what I think of you, but I'm going to leave it at that. And I don't know the line off the top of my head, but it's so good. I actually posted that clip because I just think it's hilarious. We can't really talk about this section without talking about Over the Rainbow. I mean, we're not musicologists.
There's something about it is shot really beautifully.
Yeah.
And I think because the first part of the film is this sepia hazy tone to it. It really is iconic. Her singing this scene and the way that it is filmed and the color gradient that they use and everything. It is really beautiful. And even if you don't love the song or it drives you crazy, my grandfather did not like the song at all. It drove him crazy.
Why?
Because
was it just overplayed or
that was it? That was it. And my grandma loved it.
Yeah.
But my Poppy Joe, he was just like, I can't stand that song. I hate it. So we would always try to find other versions.
So he was rooting for the witch.
But no, we tried to find other versions of it not sung by Judy Garland, and he was just like, no, it's not that.
It's not her.
It was the song
Okay.
was so overplayed.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it is, and there are so many versions of it. I mean, the original, I'm not, it is the iconic version, and it very much is like the original part of your world. Like,
I could see that.
To Dorothy's Over the Rainbow is very much Ariel's Part of Your World.
I can
that longing,
definitely see
yearning
that.
for something different song. And again, I could be wrong, but I think when they originally shot it and put it in the movie, when they screened it, they didn't like it. I think starting off with the first song being a ballad, I don't think I'm getting it confused, but I think they did the same thing with Little Mermaid as well, where they shot the song, they played it. They didn't think that, like, why are we starting with this song? Like, we should cut it out. And they're like, no, don't do that. But I know
they just placed it someplace else. Yeah, I can see that.
No, I mean, like, they wanted to take it out, like, no Over the Rainbow.
I think that
people are going to be like, why are you talking about Little Mermaid? But I'm just saying, I equate the two when it comes to plot, I guess.
But maybe you're right. Maybe starting out with a ballad can definitely be tricky. But I think there's so much momentum already with what is going on that the ballad just fits.
Yeah.
I don't go out of my way to listen to Somewhere Over the Rainbow. I'm not going to lie. But it is
if I do,
beautiful.
Oh, for sure. If I do listen to the song, I do know that I listened to a later Judy Garland performing it in concert because it's so much more heartbreaking.
Okay.
Her voice has matured, and there's so much more sadness to the song. Yeah. It's less longing and it's more desperate.
Yeah, for sure.
As she sings it in her later life, and it's so beautiful.
So they run away. And they run into a sort of magician, Professor Marvel. He's like a fortune teller, but, he's just basically pretending to know what he's talking about. But he convinces Dorothy that Aunt Em is heartbroken and that she's going to be so sick and so sad without her. So it forces Dorothy to return back home. It's interesting because I know that the actor plays the wizard later on in the film.
Yes.
But and I love the wizard character. The wizard is my favorite character. But I sometimes forget that this scene even happens.
Really?
Yeah. Which is interesting because, it does force her to go back to...
Yeah, I think it's a great scene. And
it is a great
scene. There
are
a lot of, like, again, Easter eggs. Like, one of the things I noticed was on his carriage, it says... balloon enthusiast.
Oh, cool.
And
very cool. Yeah, obviously.
The balloon.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I also love that one of the lines that I think is super cute, and it kind of shows how young and naive Dorothy is, because kids just say whatever's on their mind, is when Toto takes the hot dog from his fork when he's talking to them. She kind of scolds Toto and says, "We haven't been asked yet." And I'm like, that's so cute because, someone's going to ask, usually in polite culture, someone's going to say, would you like something to drink or would you like something to eat? And she's automatically assuming like, oh, he's going to ask us, but we haven't been asked yet. So I thought that was a really cute line. Sweet.
So she goes back home, and in her return back to the farm, there is a twister that's approaching the farm. She can't get into the storm cellar. I think they locked her out already. And
they waited.
Not long enough. Not long enough.
You think that they should... I think you said that when we watched it, that you were like, they should not have closed it until they found her. As a family.
Any parent would have gotten in that cellar with their kid just out there. I think that I don't know.
Like they would have died trying.
Yes. Yes. You would die trying to find your child or your niece. But
well, then that would be the end of the movie.
That would be the end of the movie. So she can't get in because they locked her out. I'm saying it like that. I'm wording it that way. They locked her out, and she cannot get there.
Maybe
So
M hated her sister.
Yeah, right. So she goes to the house. She goes inside the house, but as she's going inside the house, the door comes off its hinges. The window comes off the hinges. It hits her in the back of the head, and she collapses onto the bed. Now, this whole Twister scene,
yes,
the bed levitating, I mean, I'm into it. This is really cool.
Oh, like moving all around the room, you mean?
Yes. This is so cool. Like, we are so spoiled now. I shouldn't say spoiled, but we are so used to CGI and everything being done in
not
post.
Just used to it, but like I feel like it's overdone. Like where you have a room, like an entire green screen room, and you've got an actor in the middle, and they build the whole thing around them, and it's like, where's the imagination?
This whole Twister scene is awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, the bed levitating thing was really, really cool. And the score as well, because the score is so complimentary to what's going on, but it's also complimentary to the different characters that they display, because you get very much already that hint of Elmira Gulch and her witch score that's going on. There's something.
And I know that like one of the big things that people always talk about more with the movie and not with the book or when they made it into a stage play later, but with the movie was Oz, and everything after she bumped her head was it in her head.
Got it.
And that's kind of one of the first little hints to that theory is she has equated Elmira Gulch with the Wicked Witch. Like they show her on her bike and then it switches to the witch on her broom.
Right.
So that's kind of a check mark in the is it in her head category, but it just depends on what what
your take on it is.
What do you guys think?
So the tornado has landed her now in Oz. And
her whole house.
And she ends up waking up, and we're taken to this other world because the color shift is now.
Door opens, beautiful color.
We're
scenery.
in color.
Yes. That was another thing, me and my deep diving. That was another thing that I saw recently online was that whole thing was done with a stunt double. And to get the scene from sepia to color, they had to start the scene in color, and they painted the room sepia or sepia, however you say it. And they had a Dorothy stunt double that walks up to the door and opens the door. And she's wearing a sepia colored Dorothy dress. And when she opens the door, she gets out of the shot. And then in walks a colorful Dorothy, who's now Judy Garland.
So impressive.
I didn't know that this whole time. I didn't think that it was that difficult to do that. I would have never known that was a stunt double.
You assumed it was movie magic, and it's practical magic.
It is practical. Cool. That's what's so crazy is that like they had to think these things out. Like it really, I mean, I'm sure all movies are a lot of movies are choreography, but it really is like you have to have the choreography down of like the camera is here, the person is there. Like it's all, it has to be done right or it's going to take you out of it.
So cool.
But what a cool little, I just thought that was fun.
Everyone's going to go like YouTube that scene now. Like,
no, or they're going to go, oh, I knew that already. Well, I just found out and I thought it was cool.
So we are now in color, and it's got a very Willy Wonka effect to it.
I saw that too. I totally saw that.
There's something about, once again, of course, the score really highlights her now in this other world of being in Oz. And, the Munchkins are there welcoming her into Munchkin Town or Munchkin Land?
Munchkin Land.
So the Munchkins are there welcoming her into Munchkin Land.
Yes.
But
the thing that really made me think of Willy Wonka was the flowers. Something about the flowers was so waxy. Like they were so waxy that it made me think of the little teacup flowers that he took a bite out of.
It probably all is wax. or was
So
wax.
I just was like, oh, that's really giving Wonka vibes.
Yeah, you really do want to just hang out there and
Not
taste
Timothée
everything.
Chalamet.
Not
Willy
that Willy
Wonka.
Wonka, the original Willy Wonka.
And we're talking Gene Wilder here.
Yeah, we're talking Gene Wilder era. So the house that lands on the Wicked Witch of the East and kills her. And so the Munchkins are now celebrating the arrival of Dorothy because basically she is now the hero because she exterminated.
She had no idea.
Right. So it was a happy accident that happened, and the Wicked Witch of the East is now dead, and enter Glinda, the Good Witch of the North.
Yes.
Billie Burke.
Icon, legend, gorgeous.
It really makes me want to deep dive into who is she? What had she done at that time? Clearly, she must have been a silent film star.
Yeah.
You know, she's not in the film a lot. You know, Glinda is not given an enormous amount of screen time like the other characters.
Yeah, beginning, end.
But when she's on camera, I mean, her facial expressions, her body language, things she does with her hands. I mean, really, she really is like a scene stiller for not. Yeah, it's really something special. I do want to go back and see some of her older
films. She comes off like a pro. She knows like body language. I mean, she looks amazing. The hair, the outfit, it's all just so well known. And when I did deep dive, like I love to do, I know that she was like 55 when that movie came out. And I would have never guessed, not to say 55 is elderly, but she came off, I thought she was younger than that in this, because she just radiates this beautiful young energy. Is that rude?
No, I don't think it's rude, especially at that time. Especially at that time.
Yeah.
55 today was not 55 back then. So I agree with you. I think that there's something about her acting and just how she is.
Her voice is very recognizable.
Yeah, it's all so beautiful. Glinda is all so beautiful.
So you're going to want to do a deep dive of Billie Burke movies at some point.
Definitely. So another evil witch shows up, another wicked witch shows up, which is the Wicked Witch of the West.
Yes.
And they get into a little scuffle, against each other. But the Wicked Witch of the West basically threatens Dorothy because Glinda has gifted Dorothy some ruby red slippers. And
just ruby slippers.
Just ruby slippers.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I think ruby red is a drink.
Got it.
Or a grapefruit.
Yeah. So Glinda gifts Dorothy these ruby slippers, and the Wicked Witch of the West is like,
well, she comes in and she goes over to her sister, tries to take them, and they disappear and her legs shrivel up. And then you turn around and she wants to know where they are, and lo and behold, they're on Dorothy's feet.
Yeah, like what business of it was of Glinda to just like give this dead witch's shoes to somebody else? It's rude. So yeah, the Wicked Witch of the West is pissed off about it. Like I'd be pissed off too if I was her.
Yeah.
So basically she's like demanding the slippers, vowing to get revenge about her sister. And Glinda tells Dorothy like, oh, no, just follow the yellow brick road. You're going to get to the Emerald City. You know, the Wizard of Oz is there. But
before we move on to that, I would like to say, do you love the foot modeling every single time they show the ruby slippers?
Super posed.
Every single time they want to show those shoes, either Judy Garland or I don't know, she had a foot double, but I'm sure it's
probably
her.
A foot double.
My guess is always, every time they say, like, they pan to the ruby slippers, it's always a like turn to the side, poke the heel up. It's like, I don't know if they were selling them back in the day, but I would have bought them because it was like a little advertisement. They're like, here they are, the ruby slippers. I just thought it was funny, and it felt like it was the same move every time. It was very
a showcased, choreographed move. So she wants to get home, obviously, because now
Mm-hmm.
Dorothy's being threatened by this wicked witch. So she's like, I need to get back home. This is all a bit too much for me.
Mm-hmm.
And Glinda tells her, follow this yellow brick road. You're going to get to
There's a whole song about it.
the Emerald City, and you're going to meet this wizard, the Wizard of Oz. And, he might know how to get you home. So she tells Dorothy, get going. And she floats away in a bubble.
Mm-hmm. Should we talk about the witch discrepancies? About the amount of witches there are in this movie?
Something I immediately picked up on
Yeah.
was, where is the other witch? And I was like, we're going to get there, right? Like, she's going to eventually come later on in this movie, because where is she?
Where's the South?
Yeah, and I don't know.
They never have a South.
I didn't read the Wizard of Oz books.
Mm-hmm.
And, of course, there's got to be another witch that's in the books.
There is.
And, there's no reason as to, well, I shouldn't say there's no reason as to why it was cut from it.
They decided that they wanted to blend the two witches together. And because I know that in the original books, there was the Good Witch of the North. And it seems like in the original book, they don't ever call her by her first name. At some point in later novels, she has been called either, from what I saw, there's Lacosta, the Good Witch of the North, and there's Tattypoo, the Good Witch of the North. And then there's Glinda, the Good Witch of the South. So
they even switched their directions?
Yeah.
What the heck?
So Glinda, by the name of Glinda, should have been at the end of the book / movie, and there should have been a Good Witch of the North who greeted her in the beginning.
Got it.
And it kind of leaves a little bit of a plot hole. I mean, they explain it away, but it doesn't really make much sense when, you see Glinda in the beginning. She says, go see the wizard. And then at the end, she says, oh, well, you could have gone home at any time. You could have just clicked your heels and gone and been back in Kansas. And she goes, well, why didn't you tell me? Oh, you wouldn't have believed me. And it's like, well, no, I just got taken here by a tornado. I'm talking to a bunch of witches. Like, I believe you. Like, I don't think it's going to take this whole journey. Well, so I feel like that little plot is
that was a stretch.
It's a stretch.
Oh, because it would have just been the other witch telling.
Yeah.
her.
So it makes more sense because the witch of the North didn't know and the witch of the South did.
Got it.
Therein getting Dorothy home. It's not like I kept this information from you. You could have got home this whole time.
But they obviously wanted Billie Burke to have more screen time, and if I was the director, I probably would have did the same thing too. Or they could have used her as both the characters.
I agree. I think that they could have. It would have been cute if she was the witch of the North and the South, and maybe they gave her like different colored hair and a different colored gown.
Yes, that is.
They
legit.
could have kept Billie
There's
Burke, and well, we weren't alive back then to fix this.
True,
we weren't in the room.
True. Well, we do like seeing Billie Burke on screen.
Yeah.
So, okay, off she goes in a bubble. Well, off Glinda goes in a bubble.
Mm-hmm.
And now Dorothy is
the Wicked Witch goes away in the fire.
That's right. She goes away
in the scary fire
mm-hmm.
that burned Margaret in real life.
Oh, well, talk on that.
Well, another behind-the-scenes thing was that when they were filming the exit of the Wicked Witch, there was a trap door in the floor that she was supposed to go under, and then the fire comes up as she leaves Munchkin Land. Now you got me confused. Munchkin Town, Munchkin Place. And she's supposed to go in the trap door. The fire's supposed to come up. She disappears. And there we are. But as Margaret Hamilton was going down in the trap door, the flames started too early. Boom, right in the face. So scary. And burned very, very badly. They had to, she was off of work for a while to heal up until she could do it again. Mm-hmm. And then she was not down for any other scary scenes that had to do with that kind of stuff. I know that when they wanted to put her on the broom, the back of the broom was supposed to have the smoke coming out of it, and she said, "No, we're not doing that. No, sorry." And then they have a Wicked Witch stunt double put her on the back of the broom, start the smoke, explosion, stunt double gets injured.
That's so sad.
I mean, I know that in this day and age, they were kind of making their way
there
through
were the
filmmaking.
different type of codes that were going on back then.
Yeah.
It wasn't as strict, or the testing wasn't as strict as it was.
Or it's like, I know a guy that can make a smoking
broom, a combustible broom.
Yeah. Well, really, it wasn't supposed to combust, but
that is really scary, though. That the flames like hit her face and she was burned. I mean, having to keep going with the movie like that's so
kind of traumatized.
Kudos to her for wanting to continue to do the movie. So after the witches exit, Dorothy goes on her journey down the yellow brick road, and the first character she meets on her quest on her own. By the way, Toto's with her this whole time, in case anyone's wondering. Toto is also
along for the ride.
Yeah, he's along for the ride. And the Scarecrow is the first character that she meets, and he's in a cornfield, and basically he tells Dorothy that there's one thing that he desires, and it is a brain. And so she's like, this witch in a bubble told me that there's a wizard.
Rumor has it that
there's this wizard that can give us things that we desire, and I am looking to get home. And if you're looking for a brain, I'm sure this wizard's going to give you a brain. Yeah. So
he sings a whole song about it.
Sings a whole song about it.
I don't know if you guys have caught on to this, but it's a musical. So
right, sings a whole song about it, and really amazing dancer.
Yeah, I was gonna say his physicality and the way his physical comedy, it very much reminded me of Dick Van Dyke.
Oh, absolutely.
That's what I got from him. Is like very acrobatic, kind of tall, lean, gangly, kind of like his limbs are kind of. He was perfect as the Scarecrow.
It's a very Tommy Tune type of style. It's a very there's something about the way he moves. Absolutely. So he desires a brain. Okay. They sing their song. They're going down the yellow brick road together now. And then the next main character that she meets is the Tin Man.
Yes.
So the Tin Man
who is played by Jack Haley, and previously we were talking about Ray Bolger as the Scarecrow, just to give a little.
And so the Tin Man is rusted over in the forest.
Yes.
So they find his oil can and end up,
I always loved the click of the oil can.
Me too.
It's one of those what do people say online? Like, it tickles my brain, or like it itches, it scratches my brain.
That
I'm an old, I don't know like what the lingo is, but
I could not agree with you more. That clicking sound of the oil can,
it is so
satisfying.
Good. Yes, it's very
satisfying. Crazy satisfying. And so they lube him all up and get him they get him ready to begin the journey with them, because the one thing he desires is a heart.
And he's tin. He's hollow.
It is very sweet though, like how she
I love his voice in that song. I think out of all of her companions along the way, the reprises of the if I only had a songs.
I agree.
I love his voice.
I agree.
So beautiful.
Voice is beautiful. The makeup on him, the costume, which this was the second round of makeup because the original actor,
the original gentleman who was playing the Tin Man, got sick. There was a lot of stuff going on
from
with this
inhaling like lead poisoning from this silver paint. So the makeup's incredible.
Yes.
The costumes is incredible. You know what's not incredible in this scene?
What?
The scary demon trees that are like alive and like throwing apples.
Oh, okay. Is that before they meet him, or is that after they meet him? I think it's right before.
in
Oh, yes,
in
yes,
this
yes.
scene.
No, I get what you're saying. I'm trying to remember in my mind. They do the apples. They go run after an apple, and that's when she sees the Tin Man's foot. But yes, trees.
Scary demon trees.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and so whoever designed those,
Mm-hmm.
creepy. And the witch returns in this scene. The wicked witch returns in this scene
Mm-hmm.
and is like hurling fireballs at them. This
I want to know if that was filmed after or before her accident, because fireballs coming out of a broom, like I would have been like,
no,
objection.
yeah, it probably was a stunt double again on set.
I don't know, but lots of fire around her, and I wouldn't be happy about
Yeah,
that.
that fireball scene it's pretty traumatizing. How
Mm-hmm.
old is Dorothy, by the way? 14, 15?
In the book, she's very young. I think she's like 9, 10, 11. And then I think in the movie, she's supposed to be around 12, but Judy Garland was 16. So they had to kind of
Yeah,
dress her down, and she's kind of playing
they
younger.
had to
And
balance it a bit.
yeah, I think she does a good job. I mean, you don't really
I
know.
think she's like 15 or 16 in my mind, but
Oh, you mean the character?
yeah,
Because Judy was 16.
I'm
But
thinking she's like
okay.
15 or
All
16
right.
in the movie, but
Yeah.
you know. So
I
yeah,
love her facial expressions too. Like Judy gives good face because
I can
she's a
see
very
that.
honest
I
actor.
can absolutely see that. So off they go now. They leave the Wicked Witch was just, taunting them.
Mm-hmm.
And off they go now with Toto as well. And the next character that they meet in the forest is the Cowardly Lion.
Mm-hmm.
And at first they're scared of him, but the Cowardly Lion is actually quite cowardly.
Mm-hmm. Played by Burt Lahr.
And the one thing that he desires most is courage.
Mm-hmm.
So he has his song.
Yes, because he's playing like he's scary, but then he we're all or he's shocked that Dorothy actually like sticks up for her. He's going after Toto, and she slaps him in the nose, and he starts crying. So we realize that he's really not all rough and tough. He's a little, he's a coward.
And a lot of the costumes are really beautiful in this
Mm-hmm.
film and they look like they're done really, really well. This lion outfit, it's not given Hollywood to me. It just,
Really?
yes.
He's wearing
The
he's
face
wearing a
is
lion,
cool.
right?
The face is cool, but it's so constructed, kind of Chuck E. Cheese's looking to me. Chuck E. Cheese.
Well, you're fitting a man in a I mean, it's kind of sad to say, but that really was the skin or the pelt or whatever you would call it of an actual real lion. So with how large a lion is, if they took those pieces and then made a costume to put a man in, I think it does come off a little baggy. And he's got like the MC Hammer
Yeah.
pants kind of, it's
Yes.
kind of low in the crotch.
Yes.
And his makeup is cool. It is sad to know that it was really a lion. That's
I
really
didn't even know
sad.
that.
Well, sorry.
This is your deep dive behind the
I
scenes
know.
brain. Yeah, no, that's my least favorite outfit in this whole movie
Hmm.
is what he looks like.
Did you like it better after they got their little
Yeah,
upgrades
so
later?
speaking of upgrades,
Okay.
so the team, so this troop, what do we call them? Let's call them a troop. So this troop is now on their way to the Emerald City. The witch is actively pursuing them,
Hmm.
and she stops them along the way by using some magic and creating a sleepy poppy field.
Yes.
Now, it's really
Was
pretty.
it never like? Are we to believe that it was never there and they just grew because of her magic, or did
I,
she make the flowers magic?
I think she made the
So
flowers
they were
magic.
always there.
That's my thought behind it. The poppies were always there, but she made them sleepy time
Yeah,
poppies.
because I mean, I guess they've all never been to the Emerald City,
Yeah.
but like if they weren't there before, I think someone would say like, "Hey, where did these flowers come
Yeah,
from?"
absolutely.
But
But who knows? And
they're there.
they're there. They all fall asleep. Glinda totally is like not having it. She appears in her bubble and basically from afar makes it snow.
The Cowardly Lion, Toto, and Dorothy fall asleep because they breathe.
There you go.
And then the Scarecrow and the Tin Man are left to try to figure it out while this asbestos, well, they're trying to figure it out. Then Glinda, shows up in the shot behind them in the air. I think that's just supposed to show that she's doing her magic. I don't know if her head actually pops up in the sky.
Yeah, it's just like from afar, right? It's like a vision of magic that's from afar. And
she causes it to snow.
Which, of course, dissipates the sleepy time magic from the poppies.
The asbestos snow.
It's a really cool scene, I will say. It's a cool scene, but like, do we need it? How important are the poppies in this entire... Not that important. I just don't know if it's necessary that we had to have this scene. Or
she's just trying to stop them at any way she can. She's trying to get them to stop.
Yeah. I don't know. It feels like it was just like thrown in as an added scene. And maybe I feel that way because they didn't have Billie Burke for the actual scene. She's just filmed from afar. It feels like it's just a sloppy thrown in extra scene.
What did you want her to bubble down?
That would have been rad.
And then like put her wand on
1,000%.
Dorothy's head and be like,
her having a scene with the Tin Man and Scarecrow saying, listen, the Wicked Witch is after you and she's going to be doing crazy stuff like this. So you got to be on your toes.
I think they kind of know at this point, like the fireballs.
Okay. What I'm saying is I need a written scene in here that is giving a little bit more.
We can workshop it.
Yeah, something needs to happen because it feels just kind of sloppy thrown in there at the last minute. And it's probably because of the big Glinda head that's floating in the background. But yeah, but
like they brought her back on set and said, hey, we need to like add you into the scene. Can we get you back into Glinda drag and have you wave around your wand?
But I do like it. It is a cool concept. Like everything about it's cool. It just feels kind of like thrown in there too quick. So they wake up and they get to the Emerald City. They finally get there. And
they knock on the door. They meet the first gentleman, who is the same actor that plays the wizard. Hold on.
Who's the same guy that plays Professor Marvel?
Basically, Frank Morgan. He's playing a couple different people in this scene. You see him at the door, letting them in. Once he gets in, he's now the person who's driving the carriage with the horse of many colors.
Yeah, really cool.
I don't know how well they portrayed this, or at least for me, but I thought the Emerald City was like a big giant palace that had like a roof. Like I know that later you see them all looking up and seeing Surrender Dorothy when
you just thought it was a palace, like a castle.
I don't think it was giving
city.
No, it was not giving
city.
It was not giving city. It was not giving the Emerald City. It was giving the Emerald Palace to me.
I get
like
it.
When we came in, it was like a lot of walls and a lot of green walls and and the people were just walking around like they were walking around in the front of a house or in the living room. It was not giving city to me.
I agree with you.
And they make it to the where they're gonna meet the wizard, but they want to get a little freshened up.
Oh yes.
So they go to get their little touch ups.
Yeah, they all get like touch ups. Like Dorothy gets like a blowout, and
she gets a permanent.
That's right. She gets a perm. The Cowardly Lion gets freshened up some, which is nice because he was looking a little dingy to me.
Yeah, he gets a perm too. He's got some ringlets in his hair.
Yeah, they all are looking like shiny.
The Scarecrow gets some new hay. They take all the rust off the Tin Man. Did they do anything to Toto? Did they wash him?
Oh, or put a bow maybe? I'm not sure.
I don't know.
They sure should have did something. Or
he kind of got the short end of the stick. He didn't really get a makeover.
Okay, so after they get their makeovers and they all get touched up, they meet the wizard.
Yes.
He demands that Dorothy kills the
Mm-hmm.
Wicked Witch of the West before he can grant them any of their wishes
Yes.
that they need. So, or that they want, really.
Can we
There,
talk about the wizard a little bit and like when they first see him? Did you what did you think of his makeup? And I mean the giant head that they see. Did you think it was scary? Did you think it was what did you think?
I think, is awesome.
Really?
Yes.
It always gave a little bit of like Megamind or like giant alien head. Like I didn't know like what was going on. Was that a giant head? Was that
I
a
think
hat?
so.
Was it a hat?
I think it's his head.
So he just has a big giant alien head.
I thought so.
Okay. I don't know. I just
Or is it like
as I look at it more,
the
I
back? Is it a giant lapel
I
that's
don't
on his
know. I didn't
back?
know if it was like a big hat. I didn't know if that was his big brain because he's all knowing. I didn't know. It was giving alien to me.
Interesting, like a little too mega mindy to you.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah. But and I also just want to go back real quick and can we talk about we talked about the Emerald City not looking like a city, but let's talk about the people of the Emerald City. What do you think of their outfits? Like
I think all the costumes are pretty darn good.
they were really in their blush era during
Oh, like their makeup, or the color of
well, all
costume?
their overall ensemble. Oh, okay. So you just pulled up a picture of the
Wizard of
of
Oz
the Wizard of
Megamind.
Oz.
Yeah, it's just a
Yeah,
giant
so that's
head.
like his forehead with like are those veins?
Yeah,
Okay. All right, work.
I mean, it's cool.
Yeah, I
Isn't he
mean,
cool?
I just don't the I never thought it when I was a kid, but as I look at it now, I'm like, what were they going for with like the giant head?
I don't think it's awesome. It's scary. He's got a
Okay.
giant brain full of magic, and
Yeah. But going back to their overall ensembles, I loved the Emerald City costumes. I loved their makeup. They were very heavy on the blush. They were
hmm,
loving their blush, their rouge. It was very cool.
maybe that was their way of making people like look
They were
rich.
rich.
Yeah,
They were
maybe that
rich
was
and
their
well
way.
fed and blushing with how well they're being treated.
Not that they ever show like a poor town or anything, but it definitely, yeah, maybe that was their way of showing like a bit of
Hmm.
upper class.
Yeah.
I don't know, but the costumes were cool,
A lot of was it a lot of velvet? They were wearing a lot of
right?
velvet.
Yeah. No, I thought it was really, really cool.
Yeah.
So when she walks out after he's like, "You guys have this quest now. You've got to go kill the Wicked Witch of the
Hmm.
West."
Oh, but I'm sorry to interrupt you again. I'm probably going to do this a lot. Can we also talk about your favorite number that you loved so much that you dressed up as him as a child?
That's now.
That's
I
before they even go see the wizard.
No.
Yes, again, musical. We have to talk about the musical numbers.
Okay. So before they go inside and
Yes.
ask him for what
They
he
see the
wants.
guy, they have to go show there's the third guy. There's the third um Emerald City worker who is like, "What are you doing? Why are you here?" And she's like, "I'm here to see the wizard." And then he tells them no, goes and checks with the wizard, tells them, but then while he's checking with the wizard to see if he can let them in, that's when the Cowardly Lion does this song out of nowhere about him being the king of the forest.
I can tell you it is my least favorite moment in this movie.
I I wouldn't go as far as saying that I hate the song. It is what it is. It's part of a classic. It's very well known. I agree that it is my least favorite song in the musical. It's not one that I sing. It's not one that I play when I listen to the album. It's not my fave. And then to know that when they were making this movie, they kept this song and they took out the jitterbug, which, like I said, I had that documentary when I was a child, and they played the song,
Mm-hmm.
and they didn't have the actual footage because when it got back in the day when they didn't have special features on a DVD.
Mm-hmm.
So when they cut something out of a movie, it literally landed on the floor and they swept it away and it went away forever. So yeah, they don't have the real footage, but they had this behind the scenes. Someone on set had their home video camcorder and they filmed them from behind the trees filming this scene, and they put it all together for this documentary. I love that song. It is such a cool song, and I feel like if they had kept that in and got rid of the King of the Forest, I think number one, it would have helped with some plot holes later, but it just wasn't necessary. Do you think, do you know what I'm saying?
I agree 1,000%.
Because I know that later there's a line that the Wicked Witch says to her monkeys to go get Dorothy. She says that she has released a bug that's going to weaken them.
Mm-hmm.
But then they never show the bug and they never show them getting weaker. So they've left this line in, but then they take out the song of the jitterbug that made them dance. And I think it stings you. From what I think it stung them, and then they danced and got tired.
Huh.
But yeah, they left the line in, and then here they are, and they get taken away. They weren't tired.
Well, we got King of the Forest instead. So that was before they go into the wizard.
Yeah, they're waiting. They're waiting to get let in to talk to him, that he can give them their orders and say, "Go bring me the broomstick."
Got it.
Then they leave.
When they're leaving, this is the moment where the witch does writing in the sky or something, and it's like, "Surrender now, Dorothy," or something like that. And everyone's like, "Who's Dorothy? Who's that?"
I don't know if that I don't know if that happens before they go in to see the wizard or when they're leaving. No, it happens before, because they leave. The scene ends with him getting scared, with the cowardly lion getting scared of the fire, and then he jumps out the window, crashes out the window, and then then it starts the next scene of them being in that spooky forest.
Got it.
So I think that before they go in to see the wizard is when Surrender Dorothy is in the sky. Look at me.
The Surrender Dorothy moment, I don't even really remember. During their quest, Dorothy and Toto are captured by some flying monkeys in the scary forest.
Yes.
The Wicked Witch tries to get the ruby slippers off of her feet, but they have a magic over them and they shock the witch. And during this...
Did that happen in the beginning too? When she first saw them on her feet, did it do it in the beginning? No, or she just saw it in the beginning?
Yeah, I don't think she tried to rip them from her feet.
I don't know why she would try a second time. That'd be kind of dumb.
Yeah, and I don't think Glinda's just like, "Be gone. Your magic doesn't work around here or in Munchkin Town."
I'm just getting confused with all of the feet shots that they show of her modeling the shoes.
So she gets shocked by them when she tries to take them off of her. And during that scene, Toto manages to escape.
Yes.
And finds Scarecrow, Tin Man, and the lion.
And they're on a time limit because she has left her in that room and she does the hourglass and says, "Take them off by this time or else." And I think, again, little behind the scenes, I think there was supposed to be a reprise of Over the Rainbow, like a sad, crying Dorothy reprise of Over the Rainbow.
And they
don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure that there was, or maybe they add that in when they do the stage show.
Oh, that's possible.
Maybe I'm confusing it with that, but at some point, I think there's supposed to be. There is supposed to be.
Well, they needed time for King of the Forest, so sorry.
I think that they should have had something because after King of the Forest, the whole rest of the movie, there's no songs.
There's no more songs.
That was the last song.
Yeah, interesting. Okay, everyone. Well, why don't we pause this right here? Because I think it's probably about that time to split this up. And we will continue with our part 2 of Wizard of Oz on our next episode. So make sure to tune in and yeah, see you guys there.